What's up, everybody out there in 420 land? This is the co-host of Two Stone Dudes podcast, Ryan Castle. The Anchor app is where I got my start, and it's been amazing being a podcast host so far because of Anchor. Let me explain. It's the easiest way to make a podcast for free. That's right, it's free. Anchor then distributes your podcast to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and so many more. And I won't forget about the creation tools that allow you to edit your podcast from your phone or your PC. And you can get paid with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make your very own podcast. Download the free app or go to anchor.fm. Welcome everyone to the next episode of Two Stone Dudes podcast. This is the co-host Ryan Castle with
Rob the Dog
and
Mondo Homuncular.
Yeah! Ladies and gentlemen, today on the show we are going to have Brian Weinstein. He is a podcast host of the podcast called, hold on, I got to bring up my notes real quick. It's called Attendance Bias, and it is based on people's experiences on their people going to concerts of a band called Phish, and how their experiences were, and how people chased them like they were the Grateful Dead. And that's the kind of following that they have. You know, not my cup of tea, but it is apparently millions of people love Phish.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah, me
Phish
too.
does some big shows.
Yeah, and they put on a good shit. They like give out lays and shit like that. And yeah, it's just amazing. Like the way he talks, he's so passionate about it. And you have to be passionate about something if you want to make a podcast about it, right?
A lot of psychedelic people love Phish.
Oh yeah. Yeah, speaking of which, there's a nice little announcement. We're going to have some psychedelic warriors on the show soon, aren't we, Mondo?
Yes, we are.
And what are their names?
Okay, it's going to be Jason, Gal, and his buddy, James Wilbur. And then we're also going to have Andrew Vitamus.
Nice, right on.
Yeah, these are pretty magical cats, man.
Cool. Looking forward to having them on.
Oh, it's going to be cool.
So, what's going on in the news this week, fellas? What's burning your bridges? What's going on? What's everybody griping and complaining about? Trump got acquitted. Unfucking believable.
Well, we knew that was going to happen.
Dude, seriously, bunch of spineless pussies. I swear to Christ.
I think...
Unfucking believable, man. Guys, like, goddamn. You know what? I'm not going to talk about him anymore. Fuck it, dude. Oh, shit. So what else is going on?
Slow it down.
Yeah.
It's Friday.
It is Friday, and Rob got in an accident today.
Yeah, I got into a work situation with a...
Rob, talk about it.
Well, on the news this morning, there was a motorcycle incident, and there was a death and a big pileup on the 101. So what I was doing on my shift, I was diverted to the 51, and then this little truck that was in front of me suddenly hit his brakes, and then I fucking slammed his ass down, and it sucked, man.
Damn.
But I'm okay. I didn't get any thumb up the ass or temperature checked in an appropriate manner, sadly. But, you know.
So, cool or not cool?
It was cool.
Okay.
I had a little fine doctor, too. Ooh.
Right. See how I walked you into that?
Yeah, I see it.
That's awesome. All right, Mondo.
Yes.
What's going on with we're going to have you talk about some history.
Okay.
Real quick.
Okay.
Because last time we talked about the history of the deed of this home, correct?
Yes.
Okay, what about the history of this neighborhood?
Oh, okay. This is called the...
You got 10 minutes if you can do it in 10.
Yeah, this is going to be tough because this is called Phoenix Homesteads.
Okay. How long has it been around for?
Since, I'll tell you for sure here in a minute, but I think since late 40s.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's been... Here we go. Okay.
Nice.
Here's the history of the Phoenix Homesteads. Okay. It's bounded by Flower and 28th Street, Pinshot and 26th Streets, 240 acres, 72 buildings.
Wow.
Yep.
That's a lot of buildings.
It goes back further than I thought. The area of significance was 1925 to 1949.
Wow. No shit.
That's no joke, right?
Nice. Damn it, I forgot what I was going to ask you to talk about. Oh, yeah, let's talk about our weed, guys.
Okay.
So, Mondo, what did you got Alien OG in your bag.
I do.
I saw, and you went to Bloom?
I went to Bloom.
Now, where's Bloom located?
It's on 41st Street and Washington.
Okay, and that's going to be on the east portion of Phoenix.
Oh, yeah, it's like 3 miles from here.
Right.
It's perfect.
And, Rob, where'd you buy last?
Let me take a gander what I purchased. Oh, I got popcorn.
Popcorn.
That's just the...
Primo popcorn.
Primo popcorn? Okay, where's it from?
It is from Premium, what was it? Oh, Premium Flower, DNA Genetics.
No, what's the dispensary you went to?
Oh, what the fuck is their name? Well, you know the place.
Del Sol?
Yeah, Del Sol. Thank
Del
you.
Sol Dispensary?
Yeah.
And that's in Tempe, correct?
Si, senor.
Okay. So I have Stupid Fruits, which I'm not big on flower because I got so used to smoking concentrates that flower didn't really bother me, but I stopped taking Suboxone. So now, for some reason, I can just smoke flower and I'm good.
So you
Good
now,
to go.
He feels the full effect of the flower.
I do.
That's the whole idea.
About fucking time.
Yeah, I don't have to smoke concentrates anymore and spend a shit ton of money.
Right. And you get because when you smoke flower, you get all the terpenes, you get all those extra little chemicals that drive that THC right on home.
Right on. Oh man, I was doing a parking lot today and I found a full gram for my pen.
No shit.
Yeah. Yeah, not touched.
Was it in Levine?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. Somebody just dropped a gram.
Yeah. I was like, wow, this is a nice little yay to me.
See, the only reason why I brought up Levine is because one Saturday, there was like a half an ounce just sitting there in the parking lot.
Are you serious? Yeah, they do a lot of drugs in that parking lot.
Hey, it was like in puke.
I find tinfoil and straws all the time.
Oh, yeah.
And for our listeners, if you don't know what it means when you find tinfoil and straws, especially tinfoil with black markings around it, that's because somebody's smoking a pill or somebody's smoking heroin.
Using a Jack in the Box straw.
Yeah, which are the best straws.
Yeah.
Well, they're good for snorting, not so much for smoking because they let too much in at one time. You want to have a thinner straw when you're smoking pills.
God.
Like doing lines,
That's awful.
Doing lines, you would have a Jack in the Box straw.
That shit's awful, man.
It is. It totally is. Drugs are bad, okay? Drugs are bad, okay?
Yeah.
So, okay, what time is it? 5:45. We got 15 minutes till we give them a call.
Okay.
And, man.
So this neighborhood, I'll read you a little bit more about the neighborhood. The National Industrial Recovery Act of 1933, FDR shit, established the Subsistence Homestead Program, described as 11 back to the farm movement existing in farmland that was sealed. This used to be farmland, see? Like, my house was built in 49, the part that we're sitting in.
Hey, Mel, you want this joint?
Rob, how long have you been in Arizona for?
About 10 years now.
Really?
Yep.
I'm surprised we didn't run into each other sooner. Just fucking weird. I've known Mondo since I can name the date because I started going to the VA my second year in NA.
Right.
So I've known you for 12 years now.
Isn't that cool? I think it's great.
Yeah, I think it may be longer.
See, on that note, yeah, I wouldn't have known you at all.
April 10th, 2004.
I avoided all of those places.
So April 10th, 2004.
Oh wow. Well, that's longer than 12 years.
No. That's when that's not the date. I met you in 2005 because I didn't go to the VA till 2005.
Okay. So that would be 16 years, bro.
Wow. Holy shit.
Yeah!
Damn. We're going on almost a 20-year friendship, Mondo.
I know. Isn't that cool? I love it, man. What?
Oh.
One of my buddies was coming in tomorrow. Now, I recorded him on my podcast and didn't tell him I was recording him.
Oh, no. Why?
And, yeah, he got pissed off, so I didn't put it up.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he got pissed. And he said, well, you better talk to my attorney. I said, fuck you. I didn't say who you were.
Oh, it's
because, you know, you can record anybody you want to.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be with their knowledge.
No, it does not.
Really?
Yeah.
I was
Not on
aware
a
of
phone. On a phone, it doesn't have to be. But I wouldn't do that. That's why I told him about it, because I wasn't going to put him up without asking if it was okay. So I'll do a cast with him tomorrow when he comes in.
Okay, cool.
And, yeah, now
Cool.
Now,
where can people find that podcast?
On Anchor, man. I'm on Anchor like this podcast is.
Okay, and you're on YouTube as well?
Sometimes.
Okay.
I do have a YouTube channel with a lot of videos.
What's the link to that?
That's Mondo Homuncularo.
Okay,
That's
get
my
it on
YouTube. That's my Anchor. That's my SoundCloud.
Okay, I think we need to promote your podcast more often.
Oh, thank you. I'll start having some guests too. I'm going to start having some.
Okay,
guests.
you better put me on there.
Oh shit! I'll tell you what. We'll make you the first guest. How's that?
Nice. So this is what attendance bias is about. He'll talk about this. It's a podcast about the band Phish and the Phish fans' experiences at their favorite shows. That's basically breaking it down.
Okay, man. They're really
so.
Dramatic.
I have my set of questions in my head that I'm going to ask him about his podcast. Right. Feel free to come up with your guys' too. In fact, when I get done, I'll direct you guys to ask you if you have a question for him. Okay.
Right. Okay.
So that's how we'll format that. Other than that, I'm going to ask him the standard set of questions. I probably won't even ask him the JFK fucking one anymore. Nah. I think I've been asking that. I think that's one ran its course. I just like to hear what other people's answers are, but not everybody wants to.
These are podcasters, so some of them you're going to ask it to, and some of them you're not. You know what I mean?
Right.
And this guy's a Phish fan, so that's an easy one. We could even put Phish on in the background.
Yeah, I downloaded a song. I think.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll have to.
I think there's one called Lizard People that's really good.
That's funny.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, some of their music, they're good musicians. That's all I can tell you. They're good musicians.
Yeah.
I've seen them quite a few times.
I saw them once, accidentally.
Is that right?
Yeah, I went to see them. They played with a band called Slightly Stupid.
Yeah.
And it was in Texas. It was in Galveston.
Damn.
Or something like that.
Oh.
I could be wrong.
That's a good place to see a show.
I believe now it's a frozen town now.
Ooh.
Yeah, poor Texas. What the fuck?
That is crazy.
They got fucked hardcore. You know what? It's kind of their own fault, too.
How is it their own fault?
Because they fucking have their own grid.
Yeah.
They're not hooked up to anybody because they want to be independent.
Right.
So that way they can get around federal protocols.
Yep.
Okay?
Yeah.
So they fucked up.
Yeah.
Now, I hate to say it, but...
They were unprepared.
Now... And then their governor went on fucking TV and tried telling it was because of the fucking green shit going on, like the windmills. Yeah, that's the fucking problem. That only accumulates to 10% of the energy.
10% of their energy,
that's it.
Yeah, comes from renewable.
So, bringing that up again, Ted Cruz.
Yeah, that jackass. It's a shame that Joe Rogan and Ted Cruz exist in the same state.
I think Joe needs to get him on again.
Did he have Ted Cruz on before?
He probably has.
No shit.
Maybe not, though, because
Mondo,
Ted is...
You want to hit this joint, Mondo?
Yeah. Ted is a real... he's kind of a condescending fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
Who isn't?
But one of the good things that Trump did was he gave Ted a great nickname. Lion Ted.
Lion Ted.
Oh, yeah.
See, now that brings up Rush for me, because the only thing I liked about Rush was the names that he gave to people. For instance, he called Bill Clinton Suitcase Willie.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
He called Louis Farrakhan, who actually I actually liked Louis Farrakhan. Mm-hmm. He called Louis Farrakhan Calypso Willie. Calypso Louie. Calypso Louie.
Oh, man.
Interesting.
Hey, do you guys watch South Park? Speaking of Trump.
I don't watch that.
Okay, so South Park had an episode where they had ICE, how they were separating the children from the parents and whatnot, which is like a sore spot with me already.
Oh, yeah.
And Cartman, the fat kid, called immigration on Kyle Bravlowski and told him he was an illegal immigrant.
Huh.
So Kyle had to go in the fucking cage with the kids and shit.
Isn't he Jewish?
Yeah.
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 That's
Yeah. And Kyle,
really funny.
check this out. The reason why I bring this up because Kyle explained a theory of mine. How do you make a terrorist?
right.
You traumatize somebody from a different country to the point where they know that they only think that you're out to harm them
Why does
and
it have to be
everyone
from
they
a
love.
different country. So far, they've been.
Well, because you got terrorists would. Okay, never mind. Maybe it could be from inside the country as well.
Fuck yeah.
That's why we have domestic terrorists. Okay,
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. Okay, so my bad.
Like top 10 already, Americans.
Right. Like we've got the Nazis here and the KKK and shit. And
Now
that's
the Nazis are having a big rally here.
in Arizona.
Yeah, in Phoenix.
Get the
here,
fuck out of here! Are you
It's,
serious?
I forget when it is.
But look, usually it's them first,
It's
and
the
then it's
NWS.
the naked bike run.
Oh yeah,
That's what I go to.
that's right.
It's cool.
That's right. All right, let's cut this segment short because we got about 5 minutes till we call Brian.
All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, next segment you'll hear is Brian Weinstein. Thank you. Hey, Brian, you there?
Hello?
Hey, what's up, brother?
Yeah, hi.
Oh, wait, we cut you off Bluetooth. Never
I
mind.
hear from you, Ryan.
All right, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right, cool. Mondo, you want to turn my thing up a little bit? I can barely hear him.
Oh, you knocked him off Bluetooth?
No, he's on Bluetooth now.
Okay.
I just barely hear him on my headphones.
Hey, go ahead.
All right, can you hear me now, Brian?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Okay, sweet. All right, now I can hear you a lot better. All right, are we recording,
Great.
Mondo? All right, we're already recording. Ladies and gentlemen, on the line today, we have Mr. Brian Weinstein from the Attendance Bias Podcast. Brian, how's everything going this evening?
Everything is going great. A lot of snow on the ground. Friday night, so I can't complain. Otherwise, I'm doing fine.
Jeez, where are you at, bro?
I'm in New York City.
Wow. Yeah, you're definitely freezing. Okay, at least you're not in Texas, right?
Yeah, I'm not in Texas. No, I'm pretty far from that.
Yeah, I got a bunch of really good friends out in Texas, and they told me they're surviving. So I'm I got some hope for them. So there are two things I really want to talk to you about. Number one, your podcast, and number two, the band Fish. Okay.
Yeah, let's talk.
All right. So talk to me. What inspired you, outside of your love of fish, to start a podcast about the experiences of people's shows?
Well, in about, I think it was around April of 2020, when lockdown and quarantine really started in earnest, I had almost nowhere to go and nothing to do, and so I went on long walks listening to a lot of podcasts. I never really listened to podcasts before. And around the same time, Fish canceled their summer tour for 2020. And one of the best parts about being a fan of Fish is that there's a kind of an inside community that anyone else who is also a fan, you have these common touch points and these stories that you all want to share. And tour is kind of the place and time to do that. And now that was canceled, I needed someone to reach out to. I wanted to hear stories. I wanted to tell stories. And since I was listening to a lot of podcasts, it was literally just, why not start my own?
Hey, that's shit. Why not? Right? That's pretty much that's how it happened for me. I've listened to Fish a couple different times. I actually saw them accidentally one time.
Some accidents are good.
Yeah. It was the second time I'd ever did acid, and ended up at a Fish show.
Nice.
I'm sure you were in good company.
I was in very good company. It was one of the best trips I ever had. Talk to us about the band Fish real quick. Who are they? How did they get started? And what are they doing right now?
Well, I'll answer the last part first. Right now, they're not doing much.
Right.
But how they started was in the early 80s in the University of Vermont. They're a 4-piece band, so it's guitar, bass, drums, and keyboard. And they very quickly became a well-known band in the Northeast, really in New England. And over a course of about 10 years, they slowly expanded throughout the Northeast, moving to Boston and New York, and then a little bit farther south, and then across the country. until, fast forward to now in 2021, where they are still considered a cult band, but they're probably one of the biggest touring acts in America. And so they're pretty well known for their improvisation skills and their ability to listen in real time to one another and make up the set list and jam pretty much on the spot without planning ahead.
All right, explain real quick what a set list is.
So a set list is the list of songs that a band plays in a given concert.
Okay. All right, cool. Damn. Sounds like a good time, man. I'm having like little flashbacks from the show.
I'm sorry?
Nah, don't worry about it. Where can people listen to your podcast at?
People can listen to Attendance Bias pretty much anywhere they find podcasts. My homepage is off my hosting page called Buzzsprout, so it would be buzzsprout.com/attendance bias. That's all one word. Or, any other outlet you use, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio. We're everywhere.
All right, and drop your social media links.
On Twitter, it's at Attendance Bias. I think it's Attendance Bias _podcast. And on Instagram, it's also at Attendance Bias _podcast. And we also have a Facebook page for the podcast.
Okay, cool. All right, now I was listening to the last show, and you said you were 13 the first time you heard Phish?
No, I think I just turned 15. I think actually I first heard them when I was 13, but the first time I saw them live, I had just turned 15.
Okay, do you remember what your first experience listening to one of their songs was like?
Absolutely. I could remember it like it was yesterday. I was at a summer camp in Massachusetts, and we had a group trip to Mount Washington in New Hampshire, the White Mountains. And it was a big van. There were probably about 10 of us as campers. And the counselor who was driving put on a song called Glide. And once I heard it, it opens with a weird cowbell opening and then power guitar chords. And I had never heard anything like it, and I just wanted to hear more and more of it.
Nice. All right, what was your first concert like?
My first Phish concert or
yes.
concert overall?
Your first Phish concert, I'm sorry.
All right, no, my first Phish concert was December 29th, 1997 at Madison Square Garden.
Wow.
And I went with my friend Craig. We were all the way in the 400s, top of the arena, behind the stage, probably the worst seats in the house. And I just remember having the vibe that everyone there was so nice and polite, and that I never felt like I was in a more communal space. And I'll never forget, during the first set, a guy asked me to stand up so he could get by into the aisle, and he offered me a hit of a joint, and I said, no thanks. This was like all new to me at the time. And he said, all right, man, well, thanks anyway for getting up. And it was like, I didn't feel any pressure, I didn't feel like anyone was watching or anything like that, and it was just 100% politeness, and I was automatically sold.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's a great feeling.
Nice. All right, I'm trying to think off the top of my... All right, Rob, do you have any questions for Brian?
That I can think of is there... how many labels are there? How many labels you got?
What are you talking about?
No, from the group. No, Phish, right?
Yeah.
They said there was like 100 songs they did.
I'm sorry, 100 songs when?
It says something about the last time it was mentioned in 2018.
How many albums?
Rob, you're way stoned, bro.
I am very stoned.
Okay, that's an excuse. Mondo, do you have any questions?
I do. As a matter of fact, we're broadcasting from the heart of Thanatero Studios in Phoenix, Arizona. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, I wanted to ask you how many shows a year when they were touring would you go to?
I would probably go to about anywhere between 5 to 10, maybe 15 on a good year.
Wow.
Right on. Yeah.
Nice. That's some dedication, bro.
Right. I've seen Phish.
It's the greatest. There's nothing like it.
Yeah.
Damn.
Fish has some of the coolest fans. They really do. I like their fans. They're great.
Now, all right, question. Do most people that end up Fish fans, do they start out as Grateful Dead fans? Like, is that the transition?
I don't think so.
No?
I think that's kind of a stereotype. It's certainly possible. You know, I wouldn't be surprised to hear that someone liked the Grateful Dead and then got into Fish. But I think now, because the Grateful Dead have been gone for so long now, I think it actually works the other way at this point. I think that a lot of fans get into Fish for the first time. They're more accessible. They're newer for a lot of people. And then once you like Fish and then you do some research or look into their culture, then the Grateful Dead comes up. I think what you said used to be true. I just don't think it's as common anymore.
It was, yeah, that back in the early 90s, that's when I first heard Fish, because I had a roommate who was a Deadhead, and he used to tour, you know, and he had a little shirt business with that and the parking lot deal. But then he was going to a lot of Fish shows, and that's where I found out about Fish, was from him. So,
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, then Fish has all different kinds of fans. They got really old fans who some might have been Deadheads also, and then they've got, like you were saying, the younger fans. Hey, I think it's cool when a band does that.
Yeah, if you can reach multi-generations, multiple generations,
Yeah.
that says something about your music.
Yep.
Sure. And they've been around for 30-something years now.
I'm sorry, 30-something years?
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
Yeah, they started in 1985.
Oh,
you go.
wow.
Yeah.
I'm older than the band. Shit. That's cool. Right on, man. All right. Trying to think of anything. Go ahead, please.
I got another question.
Sure, Mondo.
Since I'm sure you know their schedule for sure. When is going to be their next live cast that they do? When are they going to do their
I was
next
just going
stream?
to ask about that.
Yeah. When are they going to do their next stream?
Well, the next stream, I think, was actually announced today.
Oh, it
and
was?
it's coming, I think this coming Tuesday,
Okay.
which I don't have to date on. So I think that'd be the 24th, February 24th.
Yeah, because they'll go to like Madison Square Garden and do what, 4 days, stuff like that, 4 dates right in a row. They've done stuff like that, I know. Because
Absolutely.
yeah,
Hey, Brian, I want to talk about your show real quick. Who's been your what's been your favorite episode so far?
It's hard to tell. I love different ones for different reasons. I think the one that I'm most proud of was I had a guy named Steve Lacey on, and he is a huge Fish fan, and he is also the head anchor of the Fox 5 News in New York City.
Oh, wow.
wow. Yeah.
Nice. Right on, man. Getting into podcasting at first, did you find it difficult to gain followers? Or did it just start to come because of the content that you provide?
I think that I think with a podcast or as a writer, maybe you kind of want to talk about and write what you know and what you're most passionate about. And so Fish especially is kind of a niche audience. So I was able to get a decent audience, at least for me, pretty quickly. But it's taken a tremendous amount of work to keep up the content and to keep engaging with listeners.
Wow. And how long have you been doing this now?
So I think my first episode launched late August of 2020, so about 6 months.
Okay, cool. Right on, man. Right on. All right, so that's pretty much, that covers all the questions I think we all had for you as far as your show and Fish. I want to get into this format real quick. So you're now you're not from New York, are you?
Oh, yes, I am. I grew up on Long Island for almost my whole life, and 2 years ago I moved to Forest Hills, which is in Queens, New York City.
Oh, wow. How do you like the change?
I love it. I love living in the city. I can park my car and not need it for a couple days.
Nice.
And everything is walkable and accessible.
Nice. Have you ever been to Philadelphia?
Oh, yeah, several times.
How do you like it?
I love Philadelphia.
I love
think
living
it's got so much history. The food is wonderful. I have a lot of friends who live in the city and around the city.
Nice.
And, I got nothing bad to say about it.
Nice. It's my favorite city of all. That's why I like to ask people about it. What is something people misunderstand about you?
I think something that people could misunderstand about me is that I come off as very cynical, and I am, but I think at my heart I'm an optimist. So it's I think it could be seen that I kind of expect the worst, but I do hope for the best.
Okay. What makes you feel inspired?
Well, I'm a teacher, and so what inspires me is when I teach students and there's something that's really difficult for them to grasp, when I see them actually understand a concept or an idea, that keeps me inspired. Because seeing people learn something and appreciate it, I mean, that's what it's all about.
Nice. What motivates you to get up every morning?
Well, I don't like staying in bed for too long. I like sleeping, but but once I'm up and out.
Nice. All right. What kind of kid were you growing up?
I was, I think, a pretty outgoing, happy kid, generally. I kind of had a good ego, and I don't mean that I was egotistic, but, I would go up and talk to anyone. I was pretty confident as a kid.
Nice. Did you graduate high school?
I did, yeah, in 2000.
Okay. And did you pursue higher learning after that?
I did. So I went to SUNY Buffalo, State University of New York at Buffalo for English, and then I got my master's degree for education.
Oh, nice. Right on, brother. All right. So my next is one of our faves. That's cannabis. So we're just going to be blunt.
Yep.
Don't mind the pun. We'll ask you right off the bat. Do you partake?
I do occasionally, yeah.
Okay. All right. When you do smoke, what do you smoke?
Whatever I have. It's not legally accessible in New York, but I have my ways.
Okay. All right. Do you recall any strains that you've heard of that you may remember that you liked?
Oh yeah, my favorite is classic Northern Lights. Other than that, my favorite when I could get it was AK-47.
Oh, nice. Okay. All right, cool beans. And I forget because Arizona's a legal state like that. The rest of the country's not like that sometimes. It's just becoming so popular recently that it's only a matter of time. I mean, Jersey went legal. New York's got to go legal eventually after that. Yeah, they can't let Jersey show them up like that.
Yeah, of course, and it's here anyway.
Right. It's going to be there regardless. Do you see legalization on a federal level anytime soon?
On a federal level, probably not, because I think, as far as I know, states control regulation for legalizing drugs, but I do hope sooner than later that it will be taken off Schedule 1.
Right, absolutely, as it should be. Tell us about the first time you felt high.
That was actually at that first Phish concert in 1997. My friend Craig, who I went with, brought some weed, and he also brought a little metal pipe we got in Greenwich Village. And so we both hit it, and then about 2 songs later, I felt the overwhelming urge to go get a Ben & Jerry's ice cream bar.
No shit, right? I totally would have.
Yeah, I'll remember it like I think it was yesterday. It was just eating away my stomach. The munchies are what I remember.
Oh, man, I'm hungry as fuck now. God damn it. All right, man, what's your favorite thing to do stoned?
Listen to music, go to a concert, or play music.
Nice. What do you play?
I'm a drummer.
Oh, sweet. Nice. All right, have you ever done any other drugs?
Yes, I've done mushrooms and hash.
Nice. I just had my first mushroom trip this year.
How'd it go?
For the first time. Not that good because I wasn't in the best of company. So.
Oh, you got crucial.
Like I kind of needed to be like by myself or with Mondo in the woods somewhere.
out in nature. You know what I mean? And that I was trapped in my house with somebody that wasn't happy I was doing them. So didn't go so well for me.
You absorbed the
All right, let me hear about your thoughts on Black Lives Matter.
Overall, I love the message. I think it needs to be said, and I think it needs to be heard. Something I don't know if I like it, but I think something important is that it kind of exposes people who are defensive against it, and it kind of outs people who are, not in favor of civil rights.
Okay. COVID-19.
I think it's the most important thing to happen, or if not important, at least influential global event that's happened in my lifetime. I would say over 9/11 at this point.
Seriously, no shit. It definitely, no pun intended, trumps 9/11.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, as we're going to roll us into our next subject, talk to us about the Trump era, man. What do you think of his presidency?
I thought it was an unmitigated disaster.
Right on, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, don't ask me what I really think.
Dude, tell us how you really feel.
Yeah, right?
Please.
We love the candor, man. It's all good.
Yeah. We like to poke fun at Trump. We're not fans, so fuck him.
Yeah, neither am I.
Tell me about your 2020.
2020 was real rough, although it started off very well. I went to Mexico actually in February around this time last year, of course, to go see Fish.
Nice.
And then right when I got back,
I'm sorry, I have to interrupt you. That's a great story you told, by the way. That podcast about going to Mexico 2020 was great, dude. Guys, anybody listening to the show, you definitely need to check out this show. This man has such a passion for that shit. It's fucking awesome. And he explains it in detail about the whole Mexico experience. So it was really, really detailed, really awesome. I appreciate the way you told the story, bro.
Oh, thank you so much.
No problem, man. Talk to me about the insurrection at the Capitol. What were your thoughts on that?
It was sickening and frightening. I got home from work and I was listening to it on the radio, and it reminded me of 9/11 actually.
A little bit.
Where you could describe what's happening and you could hear it, but until you see it, it doesn't fully sink in. And when I got home, my stomach turned when I saw what it actually looked like.
Right. All right, so here's the next section. It's called Do You Subscribe? Okay, so do you believe in an afterlife?
I don't know. I don't think so. My head wants to, but I don't think my brain does.
Okay. Do you believe in ghosts?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. All right. Have you ever had a paranormal experience?
I have not, and I kind of want to, but my girlfriend, when I tell her, when we go on vacations, I always want to book the haunted hotels that we look up, and she refuses because I tell her I want to see a ghost, and her response is, only because you never have before. Because she says she has. She's scared to death.
That's fucking awesome. Is she right?
She tells me amazing stories of, she grew up in San Francisco, and she tells me a story of in an old Catholic school she went to that she thinks a ghost braided her hair.
Wow.
And she felt the presence of ghosts, and I get the chills, and I kind of want to hear it and see it, but then she convinces me, no, I don't.
Wow.
I wonder if it was a French braid.
That. All right.
Yeah.
Do you believe in the Matrix theory?
I don't think so, and I know you asked me that. I'm not sure entirely, but is it basically that life is a simulation?
Yes.
No, I don't subscribe to that.
Okay. Do you know what the Mandela effect is?
I understand it. It's because the Berenstein Bears is my understanding that it's that kind of like this collective misremembering of something.
Yeah. That basically somehow two dimensions shifted and crossed paths somehow. Something like that.
No, I just think we all have a short memory.
Okay. Was the moon landing faked?
The moon landing was absolutely not faked.
Okay. All right. I think the flat earthers believe that too. Former director of the Israeli space security has come out and said that there are a lot of aliens and that they visit us regularly. Do you believe his statement?
I do not, because he also said that Trump was told, and there's no way he could have kept that secret.
No shit, right? Seriously. He would have been a bullhorn in front of the White House. You found the aliens.
He couldn't keep his secret better than a middle school.
What if they made a fake? Would have made fake files for him.
That would have been major.
Dude,
major
do the impression of him saying, "We don't have aliens."
We don't have any aliens. Just slow things down.
All right. Who killed JFK?
Everybody. If you know, the mafia, the Dallas police, LBJ, everyone was in on it.
Wow. The multi-person. Okay. All right. Tell me about your happiest memory.
Oh, that's a good one. My happiest memory would have to be, I think maybe the first time I brought home my dog.
Wow. Nice.
It was pure unfettered joy.
Wow. That's some powerful shit right there, brother. Nice.
Yeah, it's my favorite.
Nice. All right, one more time. Drop everything that people can get a hold of your podcast on, so that way they have it again.
Oh, sure. So the podcast is called Attendance Bias, and it's available on any outlet you could possibly find your podcasts. On Twitter, I think it's at Attendance Bias, and I think on Instagram, it's at Attendance Bias _podcast.
Nice. Okay. All right, brother. Thank you so much for being on the show. We appreciate it. We had a really good time. You're funny as shit. And
thanks, Rick.
I know a lot of our listeners are gonna sit back, smoke a joint, and listen to some Fish now because of you, bro. So hold on to the line.
Welcome. They're all welcome.
Nice, man. All right, brother. Take care. Have a great night.
Thanks, Ryan. You too. Take care, guys.
Later. I'm trying to
have a good day.
It's present.
Yep. Okay, so why are we still recording? We still recording? All right. Let's get a little fishing because I know I recorded someone.
I'm so stoned.
Are you really?
I'm so stoned that when I meant
Mondo, how are you feeling, bro?
Man, I am like on a 10 scale. I'm about 11 and a half.
Really? It's like that?
I mean, it's just this. Yeah, it's like a perfect mix between the head and the body. It's sweet, man.
Nice.
I'm feeling no pain.
Nice. I got my music playing. I don't know if you want to turn it up.
Yeah, here.
Hey, Ryan.
Sure.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Because we're all feeling pretty with Mary Jane right now.
Yeah, dude. They're good musicians. Take it slow.
So, guys, how you think that show went? It was short. It only was just 25 minutes, but the guy really believes in fish.
It was one of the most enjoyable interviews that we've done. This guy was great.
Yeah, he really enjoyed.
Yeah, he
enjoyed. He
good attitude.
Enjoys fish, man.
The guy is a sharp dude, man. It's real sharp, and he is cynical.
I don't know what cynical means.
Sarcastic. Like you said, he expects the worst, and then sometimes the best happens.
Oh, okay.
That's where his attitude comes from. That's why you guys are good at it.
Yeah, the podcast started off a little rocky because I wasn't sure. I was supposed to have notes, and I forgot my notes. I thought I had them on my phone, but I didn't. So all those questions were just off the fucking cuff. I had no idea what the fuck I was going to ask.
You didn't bring the playbook with you.
Yeah, but then but once I got into the format, it smoothed out.
Mm-hmm. You know what? I had them if you didn't need them, but see, you didn't have
No. There's a set of questions that I have, particularly for podcasters, that I don't have in my phone. It's just in my notebook.
I'm just saying, you did send me something recently, and it could have helped, but no need.
Right.
But if you would have asked.
Right, I understand. Thank you, I appreciate
It's okay.
it, sir.
I was high all day.
Yeah, dude. So,
Well, after 3
Mondo,
Yo,
your thoughts on our interview?
on this interview?
Yes.
Oh, it was one of the best ones. And it didn't sound real scripted until you got to the old questions.
Right. Right.
So I like
That's funny.
I like you being natural and asking just coming right off the top of your head with the questions.
Yeah.
And I like it when we all do that.
It flows more smoother.
It's yeah. Well, that's the difference between somebody that's reading a script and somebody that is into the interview. I mean, when you're an interviewer.
Yeah. That was one of my. I don't know. That was hard for me.
You did well. I thought you did very well, and
I felt like I stumbled around.
I
little bit.
passed you the joint, man. You just like, wait, give me a second.
That's very human, and that happens on a lot of podcasts. I mean, I listen to some really high level ones, right?
He was in his zone.
Yeah, and you know what?
Look at that
Everybody
smile.
stumbles at some point.
Look at that
You know,
smile,
you know what
Mondo.
pro wrestling taught me?
Look at his smile.
Pro wrestling taught me that the show must go on.
You just keep going, man. Break a leg.
Yeah.
What's the
So-
applause button? Let's give applause to that. You just got a what, Ryan?
You got to keep the show going. The show must go on.
There we go. The show
thank you.
must
Thank
go on.
Thank you. Yeah. He gave great answers, and I'll say it again. He was very passionate about the band Fish.
Yes.
Like, he loved every experience he had, and he's had experiences with psychedelics, and he's a pot smoker, and that makes me happy right off the bat.
And he's very well educated and well spoken.
Yes.
And
yes.
Not that when we talk street talk, it isn't fun and it isn't smart. Also, he's got that New York thing down, man. He's an educated New Yorker.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it very much.
Yeah, he's a good dude. I'm gonna have to order him a T-shirt and send him one.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
So-
you should. Great interview, great guy. I have nothing critical to say about any of it at all. I liked it.
Cool. Rob?
Yeah, they were good. What I was trying to communicate with my brain at the time by asking a question. What my brain was mumbling and wasn't coming out my lips out correctly was there was an article in 2018 that said within the top 100 bands, they were ranked 34.
Wow. No shit.
No shit.
Oh yeah.
But I could not express or ask that question if that's true or not, and then, I stuttered.
You high motherfucker.
I'm glad I'm fucking high. You know why? Because it's hard for me to actually be fucking this
Dude,
high.
right? I'm telling you.
And you know me, I mix shit. I mix my popcorn with your, what's it called?
Am I stupid fruits?
With your stupid fruit. Very little, motherfucker. I told you.
Oh, okay.
That one was separate from the other one.
All right.
So I smoked that one when you rejected it. But it's
Keep your
okay.
nasties away
But
from me.
fuck you. You stupid ass.
Yeah, man. You were, usually,
I'm glad you're back.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
You're definitely deep in the zone, Rob.
Yeah.
Deep in the zone.
Yeah. I gotta light up just for that.
Well, shit, I could have died today, but it was
I'm
okay.
glad you didn't,
Yeah,
brother.
thank God, man.
I'm so glad you're here.
Dude, Rob, the first
Yeah.
time we hung out, I almost killed us.
That's true, but that
in
I was
the
more
car?
smoother than that. What was I smoother than this? Yeah, it was. Sure. What did I do? I
You just put your hand over your ears because you said it was gonna be loud.
yeah.
Well,
We almost got hit by we were following a tractor trailer underneath the bridge, and the light had turned red. We didn't see the light till last second. We were already going under, and this truck was coming off the ramp from the highway.
And he was gonna kill me. of
And he
course.
was gonna
Yeah.
fucking dude. That had some great brakes on that motherfucker. Thank God that guy had his fucking wits about him. Because if he didn't, we wouldn't be standing here right now. We'd be fucking dead. God was looking out for us that day. That's all I gotta say. Holy shit.
a lot of people been killed like that, man.
Apparently, I was ready. I was like, it's gonna be loud.
You have to, man, if a truck runs over you, a big truck, man, you're done. You're done.
I figured I'm not gonna die anytime soon because if I was supposed to die, I would have died a long time ago, and I didn't die on my fucking OD, so I'm good.
You know those
you go.
little Facebook meme things you can select the date and all that when you die and stuff.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of fucking sick.
I know it is, but I did one right about 6 years ago, and it says I'll die in 2077.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Bro, I don't care. I don't wanna know.
We're just in 21, and then I'll be 41.
I just want it to happen when it happens.
To be 90-something.
I just don't want it to happen when I'm taking a shit.
I don't want to, like, fight for my life. I don't want to be, like, on a fucking ventilator or some shit like that, just dying. Just let me the fuck go. Okay, that's my parting words. Let me go. Have fun.
My mother went that way. She was 92.
Yeah.
And, and she had lung cancer, and she'd been, Anyway, so she had gone into rehab because she did a chemo, and the chemo just about did her in.
Oh, wow.
And so she was coming home from rehab. My niece and I spent the whole day with her. It was wonderful. And the next day, she said she had like a little pain in her chest, and the doctor went and looked at her and nothing, and she took her nap and never woke up.
Wow. Really?
Sweet. That's the way.
In a single room with three other individuals. One was a male, and the other two, well, the other two were females.
My
God
stepdad.
knows what they were up to in there. And furthermore, Susan, I wouldn't be the least bit surprised to learn that all four of them habitually smoke marijuana cigarettes.
All four of them.
Reefers.
Stupid.
Fucking sublime, baby.
I haven't heard this in a while.
Yeah, man. So, go ahead, Rob. You're about to say.
Oh, I was saying when after his story, after Mano was saying that, I was like, yeah, I could top the story. Death by fried chicken and sex.
Yeah.
Man, I don't even want to know, bro.
I know, right? It's true.
Yo, you're just making me hungry, motherfucker.
For fried chicken?
Damn. Yeah, dude. Oh my God. Popeyes, churches, something.
Popeyes is
You know what? I
there.
wouldn't go to churches.
Popeyes is right
no to
there.
churches. Don't do it.
I don't have any money. Can't. I'm broke. No, my girlfriend has my debit card.
Doesn't it?
Because I'm irresponsible. And I would have bought Popeyes.
Hey, Mondo.
Yep.
Doesn't an Asian dude own Church's Chicken?
I think so. I think you're right.
Well,
So what?
he needs to try something else. Anyway,
Churches is okay. It's not Popeyes. Popeyes is fucking delicious. I'll kill a hobo for Popeyes.
You know what? Popeyes used to be popular back in the early 90s.
Yep.
Bro, it's popular right the fuck
Especially in
now.
the East Coast, man.
Well,
we
I'll tell
shut
you.
down on Popeyes.
The
It's
one
not the
that's
same.
close to here, I go there, maybe once a month, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I have to be real careful. The earlier I go there, the better. Like I went there like on a Tuesday at like 4:30. Or no, it was a Thursday at 4:30, right?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Chicken wasn't dry.
Well, yeah, you gotta be there
Shrimp
early.
was perfect.
Nice. I just want some Popeyes, man. I want some chicken strips.
Well, it's right here. Okay.
Fucking starving.
Okay.
But, nah, dude, don't order it.
Why
Seriously.
not? Why not?
It's cool. I gotta eat when I go.
Wow.
I got
We
food
actually only had one episode, which was the very first, where food was not mentioned on the show until now.
Clay.
Yeah. Yeah, you didn't have
Thank you,
food
Ryan.
mentioned on the last
no,
episode.
No, thank you, Ryan.
Oh,
Wait.
shit. Whatever.
Thanks. Why?
Anyway.
Food was mentioned.
Yeah. So,
And what's that thing?
good
we call-
show. Good. Thank you guys for being part of the interview with him. Thank you for asking questions. Rob, you tried.
Yo.
Thank you. I
Dude,
appreciate
I was just so fucking blown out
I know,
stoned,
dude.
man.
I
I'm
could tell.
grateful for being stoned.
I know,
That
right?
shit is awesome.
It is.
We're gonna have to go shopping again for
Yes,
that.
we do.
And hey,
Yes.
another thing. What's that between your legs?
What, my cock?
Well, you.
What?
I was expecting dick.
Oh, I said I went one level higher.
Of dick?
Yeah. Look, I didn't tell you something real quick. I have
Me or everyone else?
no. This is my level of cursing. I don't curse that much, but I have a level to it, and it's when I get pissed off.
Okay.
Okay, when somebody starts to piss me off, they're a fucking dick. When
Dick
they
is a-
start,
dick is
to,
not a
when
curse
when
word.
it's leveled up, and I'm starting to get a little aggravated with them, they're an asshole officially.
Okay, you get
because it's
that.
hard to piss me off.
Okay, you warm
and once
up.
you've pissed me off, you are officially an asshole.
That's it.
Now, once you get into fuckface mode,
Oh,
if I give you the
it's
knife
coming hot.
hand and call you fuckface,
coming hot. Oh.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
you're about to get your ass handed to the fuck.
Knock that
Boom.
motherfucker out.
Seriously. And I'm not the toughest guy in the world, but I know what the fuck I can do.
Now you go Jersey on a motherfucker.
I'll fucking sucker punch the fuck out of somebody. I don't give a shit. There is
yeah.
no such thing as a fair fucking
Hey.
fight in my world, bro.
I'll tell
I
you
grew
what.
up like that. People used to jump me all the fucking time. I learned how to fight with weapons, and I learned
You know
how
what
to
the phrase
run.
is, right, man? Old age and treachery.
Yeah. Old Asian trick. Yes. Yeah, dude, I would never fight an older man. I wouldn't fight like my dad would kick my ass and he's fucking 64 years old. Yeah, because he kicked me in the balls. I never see it coming.
Damn.
That'd be it.
Because he's your dad and you expect him not to do that.
Yeah, I expect him to love me a little more.
Yeah, come on.
What was I thinking? Holy shit. All right, let's end this segment. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to Two Stone Dudes podcast. We appreciate it. It was a great time, great interview. We'll be back in the next couple days. Thank you.
Have a great night.
Marijuana's my friend.
The woman was a dream I had, though rather hard to keep. For when my eyes were watching hers, they closed, and I was still asleep. For when my hand was holding hers, she whispered words and I awoke. And faintly bouncing round the room, the echo of whomever spoke. I awoke, and faintly bouncing round the room, the echo of whomever spoke. The place I sought was far beneath the surface of the sea.